Happy Thursday, and welcome back to the You Good Podcast, the podcast where oversharing is encouraged and the thoughts get real. I'm your host, C-Rod, and this week we are joined by someone who is known as an internet chaos captain, a professional pot stirrer, and the man who once photoshopped me into a ton of overly repeated male romper pictures, Big Oja. We'll go from rage baiting the internet to even surviving depression. Today, we are getting the unfiltered version of a man who's been through it and still finds a way to laugh. Welcome to episode 24, Big Oja, Rage, Healing, and Romper Energy. Let's get into it.
No, I don't wanna live where I always feel broken. I just wanna live with a heart wide open. I don't ever wanna feel fear anymore. No.
Hey Chris, how was your holiday, brother? I know you were on up in Tennessee, so how was that?
It was actually a very good week. I was able to survive. I guess we'll talk about this in a minute, but I was able to survive the week. We had a very good Thanksgiving with the family, very non-traditional, but it was really good weather and really good vibes. How about yourself?
It was actually one of the better Thanksgivings I've had in a while. There was nobody got drunk and fought, which is always a good thing. Or like very little arguing, if any, for the first time. It's always interesting when family gets together, like what trauma gets triggered and like
Yeah.
what comes out of the woodwork, and most of the time it's alcohol induced. So it was actually a good holiday. I was over at my parents for a few
That's
hours,
good to hear.
and then I went home.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. I know that we talked about that a little bit last episode, and it's good to hear that there were no further stories for you to kind of walk us through from the tablehood drama, I should say.
Nah, yeah, luckily all of that was, I guess, finally put to bed.
So this week, I think we're going to bring in a guest that we've both known. At least myself, you've probably known him longer, since high school. I'm very intrigued to see how this episode goes. I want to get into all of the rage baiting that he does on TikTok, and what do you have to say about this guy? I know that you know him so well, and he's just absolutely hilarious.
Well, no, it's been a pleasure watching him go on that journey on the internet. It's been quite fun to see it, because it's what we all remember from high school. Just he's hilarious. So I can't say. I mean, we're gonna get into it. There's a lot more than him just being hilarious, but
yeah. Welcome, James Oja, Big Oja, to the You Good Podcast, brother. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks, guys. This is my very first podcast, and it's with my friends. So I'm gonna try not to talk too much shit, but appreciate y'all.
If you don't talk shit, is it really Oja?
It's true. It's true. I'm a fraud, though. I'm so fraud. No, I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And hell yeah, let's get it.
No, thanks for being here.
It's definitely been a long road, putting us into high school, puts us, at least the three of us, in a circle of, almost over 20 years. And, one of my biggest memories, I know with you, was so long ago, was, playing football all the way back in high school. Nick, I don't know if you have any fond memories of Oja.
Mostly it was from a distance. We were really friends until after high school. Like, I think as we've grown into adults, we've become better friends for sure.
It's cool dad club.
So like, yeah, it's pretty much once we became dads,
Only fuck with the cool dads, right?
Yeah.
Oja, one of the rotational openers that we do is a small win of the week, right? It could be anything. It could be work related, family related. It could be football related. But what's one small win of the week that you're kind of taking away, and why was that a positive impact for you?
I actually got my first payment for t-shirts. I made $38.04. I only get like $5 profit, but that was after I was able to buy myself my own t-shirts with money I made because yeah, people want my face, I guess. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird, but I love it. I make it so I can wear my face on my shirt and me on my shirt and other people are doing now. It's fucking weird.
I
That
love that, and I
that's
can't
great.
wait to talk about it so much more.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think I sold 13 t-shirts now.
I still have your stickers, like the one of you in the Borat the Borat onesie is still on my toolbox. Like I will have it till I die. You know, like I love your merch. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait to get into that. That's gonna be a very interesting conversation. Nick, how about you, man?
Um,
Any merchandise with your face you sold on it this week?
no, not quite, not quite there yet. Small wins, small wins, small wins. I guess all my wins are always work related. Um, I I got a promotion a few weeks ago, so been
Yeah.
doing a lot of work with that part of the business, and we ended up getting a giant bid, winning a giant bid for it was like 12 multi-panel signs, but like huge signs, 30-foot signs, all going over the highway and stuff. But, yeah, easily like six-figure job type stuff. So
And I mean, congratulations at in December Q4. Not a lot of times that people are spending money and closing out deals, so that's awesome.
luckily we got that because you're right. Right after that, there hasn't been a lot of there's a lot
Yeah.
of bids for the beginning of the year, but nothing. I mean, obviously it's all for next year. I mean, like I said, we're not starting on that job, but I mean, we won it, got the PO. So I mean,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And mine is, like I said, we went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving this year, and I survived 25 hours in the car with 3 kids under 10 and 2 dogs. We had no issues at all.
Nice. A lot of bathroom breaks.
Not really. We were stopping about every 3 hours in between people falling asleep, and we had snacks in the car. Only a few times did Tegan, in between, I'd be like, oh, I got to pee. I'm like, all right, we'll stop again. But it really wasn't that bad. Carter was constipated for a little bit. Well, we got suppository, blew him open, and right back on the road. The worst. The worst thing that's the worst thing that happened. So my win is our first like real family vacation travel was a success. We're actually looking at driving up to my cousin's wedding now because it's only an 8-hour drive. We're like, oh, we can do that. We just did 13 hours. 8 hours is a piece of cake.
I mean, honestly, driving when feasible is probably the best route to take because you have so much more freedom. I mean, you're not at anybody's liberty, and
Yeah, and the airlines is just I mean, I think it cost us like $300 in gas to get up there, and I mean for the 5 of us, 6 of us to travel. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
for a flight.
like I said, when it's feasible, it's worth it. It's like more than a day or like more than like that kind of time. It depends how long your vacation is. How much are you spending it in the car? You ever go on a road trip, Soja?
No, I don't like being in the car with kids and doing that stuff. No, I just don't do anything. I don't do anything fun. My boss actually this week said, "Hey, you forgot to take your vacation this year." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I think I took two days off. I think I get 2 weeks. So he's like, "You want to take time off?" So when the kids are out of school, I'll take a little time off.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's good. You'll get 2 weeks off for the end of the year?
probably not. I won't take 2 weeks. Mentally, I can't. I don't like to take time off. I gotta stay busy.
Oh, I get that.
So
I get
just
that.
probably most of that. We're finishing up on my project, so it's pretty chill, pretty boring. So Some with the kids will be nice.
And what is it that you actually manage?
I am a superintendent for we're in a lot of litigation kind of stuff, so a lot of bad construction back in the day, and the company we work, side by side with, they get all those huge multi-million dollar lawsuits, and we get to go fix everything. So
Really?
we do a little bit of everything, and I get a good gig where I just watch people work. I don't do any physical work. I just watch and like hot dog tap them and just ghost jerk on and tell them to suck it like all the time. So it's it's like a perfect job for me. I'm just very in my mind it's wow 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 wow. So I'm like, all right, retard over there, retard over there, retard over there, and then I'm like, oh shit, we need to get this done. So it works perfect for me.
And the best part is you're replacing things that were already fucked up. So it's not
Yeah.
like you could always just blame it. You're like, oh, that was already like that, right?
We get a lot of engineer visits, and it's pretty big deal. So it's weird that I'm like the responsible one there in charge of that. It doesn't make sense. Like I don't know why, like I'm there, but like, hey, it is what it is.
So let's start this story where I think, at least for me, I think has been the funniest part
The
of
punniest.
knowing the funniest part of knowing you is just your internet saga, and I want to talk through how this internet story started for you, uh, where you find this dark humor, and just kind of what drives you. So, I mean, let's start there. Are you good with that? Start from your internet era.
Oh, for sure. So just you want me to go? Like, do I just
Well,
go?
Well, like, yeah,
no,
like,
Well, it's funny. I'll tell you a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't know. When I first was doing dumb shit, that's SSRI, Jim. That's antidepressant, Jim. So I was putting Carolina Reaper peppers in my butt and just all this dumb shit. It's on YouTube. You can use YouTube search my name. I was a bigger, fatter, dumber looking hillbilly than I am now. And yeah, a lot of dumb shit, but that's SSRI, Jim. A lot of people don't know that. I was on those for like 10 years and I just did whatever the fuck. Now I did goofy stuff and I'm like, that's fucking boring. I like to just talk shit. So it just turned into a little bit of me by myself, which I'm obviously not that mean. But when I see my guys, I see a week's worth of work. I'm like, hey, 5 minutes, y'all gonna be done? And I'm like, damn, what y'all doing? So it's kind of like a mix of shit I do in real life. I talk shit to everybody. There's no one off limits. And kind of now recently more so. Um, it's turned more into like, obviously I'm like you guys, we want the world for our kids, and to me, like, you guys are awesome people and I want you guys to be like fucking Joe Rogan. And like, I don't have skills, so I just looked, I'm like, what can I do that can somehow get me somewhere, which is cool. And I get stoned in the garage, which most of us do because that's what we're grown-ups and that's the grown-up thing to do. And I just one day I'm like, man, I need to like half the people to hate me and half the people to like me. Before it was just all goofy shit and nobody wants to see that. Nobody gives a fuck about a struggling dad or a goofy fat guy. They want a fucking asshole. And I'm a supervisor and my owner's on board. He's like, dude, fucking swing for the fences. And as a superintendent, most people can't do that.
Right. That's I was gonna ask that. Like, how are you able to do this? Like you just described, superintendent of these important projects, yada yada yada, and then you turn around, and you're like, I'm sticking jalapeno peppers up my asshole. Like,
That's how my brain works.
how do you think? I it's Nick. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, this is and always has been Oja. Especially who I've
Mhm.
known. He's always been unfiltered, and we grew up where there wasn't a lot of video recording. Right, a lot of the parties and the things that we went to in high school were never recorded.
Oh, thank God.
Oja, how do you think that the internet, changed the way that you express these emotions, and like, I know that you just kind of walked us through how your emotions changed, but what was, I guess, your first discovery of being able to put these things on a platform? And was that intimidating, or were you just like, hey, here's my ass because here's a picture of me in a thong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, here's a fuck you guys. I made $3,000 on one of those stickers. I did probably multiple stickers, which I know you want to talk about the stickers. I just did one. I had a coworker, dumb, you know, dumb, goofy looking guy. He just said, "What you thinking?" all the time, and he'd lean up on my truck window. So I always get ideas. Everything's from shit I do or shit I see. So I was butt naked, fucking fat belly out, and I just put "What you thinking" as a sticker. Sold it for $1 a piece. I think I sold 400 of them. To get those made, it's like $40.
Yeah,
And then it
that's
just evolved
incredible.
into like my ass and everything. The one on my ass that made $3,000 profit.
Wow,
What about the
that's
Borat one?
My
insane.
Borat one. I think that was $600 I made.
Yeah, I love. That was that honestly one of my personal favorite was
Just
the
full
Borat.
micro wiener shot.
It's so funny, dude.
Is it your wife that's taking these pictures, or are these other dudes on the job site taking them for you?
No, these were me before. Like you just lean it up in the bathroom. Like the my B ass central was just me in a safety vest in my ass, and I put it, timer for 3 seconds, and I'm in a truck stop bathroom working out of town, away from my fucking kids, and that's SSRI Jim. He just decided he wanted to show his ass to the world, and then all my buddies thought it would be funny to buy 10 or 20 and stick them all over. So I have like old buddies. They're in the UK. They're in fucking Minnesota. They're all over everywhere, and it's fucking awesome.
That's awesome. I, uh, that's great. That is fantastic. Why, you know, I know you talked a little bit into how people love the asshole, but how, I guess, how hard is it to keep up this rage bait like in today's world? Because I can only imagine
It's
the
not fucking hard.
I was
like
say
the
I don't.
negative shit
He
that
makes
comes your
it look.
way.
He makes it look easy. I mean, if it's difficult, it doesn't look it like because.
Bro, like literally, all I have to do is I pick what, and now people are messaging me. They're like, "Hey, can you shit talk this?" And then if they do a friend, I'm like, "Yeah, you shit talk me, fucking cash app $10 or buy one of my shirts because I'm not doing shit for free because then I'm worth $0. At least I can be worth $10. So fuck all y'all." But yeah, I just get random ideas. Like the one I had, it was like 2 weeks ago, almost 2 million views, and I just pulled up to my job site and I see everybody wearing face masks. So I just hit record and it turned into, "Hey, watch out for people with face masks on the job site because their boss makes them wear it so they don't gargle wieners all day." And that's just my head. And I literally just pulled up to the job site and yeah, that happened. And then you'll be scrolling, you'll see a foreman, and I'm like, "God, I fucking hate foreman." And I'm like, "I bet most people do." And then you got the foreman who thinks he's fucking cool, which he's not. And then it turned into like girls were sending it to their boyfriends because they thought they were a big deal foreman. And then they start arguing in the comments, which is the best part. And it makes no sense. And I love it.
I mean, people are idiots. Like some of my, I don't like a lot of things. Like I don't put hearts, I don't put reactions. Sometimes on Facebook, sometimes for personal things, but not on Instagram. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I don't have TikTok. But one of my like favorite things to do is just go to these posts and find all the negative ass comments. And you're right, just watch two people argue about absolutely nothing, and you're just like, these are the two dumbest motherfuckers like out there. And then you scroll and you see two more dumb motherfuckers. You're like, what?
And
Like,
and
what
all
is
he's doing is just putting that out there. He's just like, here you go, start your shit.
Dude, Alley Oop is Detroit Lions fans. You tell them they won one winning season and they get so mad because they had two winning seasons. And they get so mad. But that's like my favorite. Like when I'm bored, I'm like, hit that or tell a union worker they had to pay for their job and they're a pussy. And they start posting their pay stubs on the internet. And it's like, I fucking won, dude. And they're messaging me, call me scabs. They'll pop into my TikTok live and I'm like, "Hey guys, look at this loser. He fell for the internet. He's a fucking idiot. I make shirts for people like you. I was rage baited by a rage baiting masturbator, and that's a shirt I made for myself to wear. I bought it. I wear it, and I don't care if anyone else buys it. But dumb people like that are so easy to trick. It's so fun.
why don't you start like an LLC and make this like a real business?
I do really like my real job. I want to be like. I'm sure you guys have the same thing. It's like hard to get your hopes up. Like right now, I kind of am because it's like I'm getting messages of people like, "Dude, thank you so much. You helped me get through my day." And it's like, man, that's a lot of the reason why I shit talk and stuff. And we all go through it, especially I know you guys, struggling dads who've been through shit. It's like the main thing you give a fuck about is like, making others feel better. And that's, like your whole show is
I
making
love
others
that.
feel better. And it's like, man, that's what I'm here for. And to hear, I always say, I don't give a fuck if people like me,
Right.
but it's cool if they do.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a lot of people I made a sticker that I was going to sell, but there's been so many people just popping up sending me messages and stuff that I started sending them for free. And it's like Colorado, New York, Canada, like every state, and everybody's like, dude, you make a difference just doing these. I send these to all my buddies, and I'm like, it sounds so silly, but it's like that's like a lot of the reason why we do, like, I'm sure same reason why you guys are doing this right here. It's like, man, we've been through it. Like it's funny, but like shit talking like gets me through my day. My whole crew shit talks me. If you're not shit talking, you're having a bad day. It sounds silly, but like those are the hardest days is when you're not, you know, and we lean on each other. You don't realize that you lean on people, and a lot of it's even strangers now because they're like, dude, they want to get shit talked, and they reach out and they're like, oh, dude, thanks for shit talking me. And I'm like, what? It doesn't make sense, but it's like, man, a lot of us are the same. We carry that all this on our shoulders, and just you know, what can we do? We're funnier than most people, all three of us. It's like that's a gift we were given. We don't have that filter everyone else has to where you're not supposed to say that. We're gonna say it, and shit my bad a lot.
Yeah, hopefully it's okay. I've dealt with a lot. I've got you get punched in the mouth a few times. What's a few more?
I just I like I like I like I like your people, right? The people that watch you and do what you do, and like Nick mentioned, it's fun to be able to not take everything so seriously, and I think that's where all of the people that love the hate stuff it comes from. Like we all have our own outlets to de-stress, right? And that's like kind of one of the reasons I started listening to Kill Tony was because it was just like okay to hate on people and understand like, hey, it's just a joke. Like stop taking everything so fucking seriously. And that goes back to what we were talking about in the comments. Just all people like literally take their day and they try and talk shit to everybody else that's doing something with their life. And like you're making change to people. There are people out there who you are making happier or having a better day. And that's not the side that people look at. They're like, oh, but you're being mean. Like, fuck it though. It's not serious.
Yeah, they pop in on my live and they're like, dude, why do you hate the union? And I'm like, shh, it's a trick. Don't fall for it. And I'm like, now go look at all the dumb people that fell for it. I'm like, hey, I like everybody. I want all of us to do good. I'm still going to shit talk you every day because that's what I do. We all want us to do good, but I'm gonna shit talk you because in fantasy land I'm fucking better than you because I'm a supervisor and stuff like that. And it's like, but then when they finally get it, they're like, "Oh, dude, he was joking. He's cool." Which I'm not cool. I'm just a little slow, But like, it's weird. Internet's fucking weird.
No, it just shows like TikTok's a whole different thing, a whole different thing. You could go viral with just by just by making fun of no one. You're literally not making fun of anyone. You're just generalizing, and everyone is just losing their shit. It's like it's one thing if you're literally pointing out one specific person, but like you're just generalizing about them in general, and they all just are like, "No, fuck you."
Dude, I do this supervisor thing, which cracks me up because obviously, I'm a badass superintendent, which most people don't say that because they're fucking clean cut loser nerds that probably shouldn't even be in construction. And I'm old school. I watch my dad get up, fucking swollen knee every day and talk shit. His buddies were talking shit to me when I was a kid. And, you see stuff like that. But I can get those guys too. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, we're all badass supervisors. Fuck yeah. And they're like fucking fist bumping. I'm like, except you, you're a fucking loser. And they're like, God damn it. So fuck.
No, it's if you're not joking, you're not part of it. Like if you're not joking with those people, like it's the people you see every day. I mean, some of the things I say to these people, if they wanted to, they could get me fired tomorrow.
Oh
they
yeah.
could go to
Oh.
HR and be like, "Oh, he said this, and this," and I'm just like, "Well, I thought we were closer than that." Like that, like that's why I say like because I thought I could, but obviously, you're not part of the crew, I guess. Like one person in particular, I mean, I call him Gandy. I mean, it'd be Gay Andy. I mean, and I'm like, there's nothing like, and yeah, I mean, it's just shop talk. I mean, it is literally not anything other than that. I don't mean anything negative about it or anything like that. We're just being fucking guys. Like,
If you ain't shit talking them, you don't like them. That's
yeah,
how I
no,
feel.
yeah. If I don't have you don't have a nickname from me, then we aren't friends. Like.
Yeah. Gandhi. That's funny. So Oja, you did say something though, where you said, uh, if I'm not shit talking, then there's something wrong, right? Have you ever used shit talking as like a coping for just being depressed, or a way to get yourself out of being in a negative space, or is it just like, hey, if I'm just in a really dark spot right now, like I'm not gonna shit talk, and that's kind of how like I'm not right.
I get dead quiet, which is weird for me, and you can see it in my face, but I try to joke through it. And you can obviously you have hard days where you can, but it's like even through like losing my dad, that's the hardest thing in the world. I still make jokes about it just because that's how I am. That's how I get through it. If I'm serious all the time, it even work. If you're not talking shit, you're probably in trouble. So like being in big dog supervisor like I am, like if I'm not talking shit, I fucked up and I missed something, and that's a big problem. Or just life in general. If you're sitting there, yeah, I'm sure you guys understand, sit there by yourself, you got too much time to think. But if you're there all day constantly, hey, what's up, bro? And then, little shit talk and a fist bump. And it's like, man, that gets me through I don't even have time to think of a bad thought. If I'm there, I say hi to everybody on site. No matter how many we are, I shit talk them. They all have a nickname, like Chris said. That's just how I am. The second I get out of the truck, I kick that door open. I'm supposed to start at 8. So whenever, 8, whatever, I kick that door out and I'm usually like, you want a fucking hot as loud as I can, which it's not the smartest thing, but like that's, or I just yell hot dog and you'll hear people up on the scaffold, hot dog, and it's like that's whole cruise, and it's like, man, that's powerful. Like, it's pretty cool.
That's powerful.
Hot
Dude, it's
dogs.
what's it, John Taffer? You know that guy? Well, I swear to you, one time on my job site, this is the siding crew. They were before I came, probably normal, just quiet. I was driving out one time. You had 10 siding guys doing the fucking, suck it, just trying to get me like bowed out. It's 10 guys, and it's like, man, you fucking feel like what's that? Bar rescue. I fucking saved the whole job site. They're all talking shit. It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Save the whole job site. If it wasn't for
Uh,
me, it would have never been this fun.
yeah, this is boring.
Is there any part of like your online, so it's not your online persona, right? Because you are who you are. Like this isn't an act. This is your person. This is your identity. Is there any part of your identity that you wish that online people understood better, from maybe what they haven't seen already?
I think I kind of like push those in there, but it's just that algorithm thing or whatever. It doesn't want to hear about a depressed dad. It doesn't want to hear, you had a hard day. It doesn't want to hear that. People don't, I'm cool, like to you guys, but like normal people, they don't give a fuck. And it's sad, but it's like, you know, this is what they want to see. And then the ones that like this, I made a backup page, and it's like you get to see the real me. So it's like, I'm not going to put my kids out there and everything right now, which I used to all kids, but I said, Autumn, I make fun of people online and they're coming at me. I get messages, they try to where you work and stuff, which I put everything private now. So I don't post logos just in case, because there is people like that. But like, yeah, when people message me, I'm like, dude, I'm a normal construction guy like you. I'm a normal shit talker like you, normal sports fan, normal dad. They don't know that. They just think big mean guy on the internet. And it's like, hey, I'm here to make you laugh. Or I'm here to shit talk. If you're really that dumb, I'm gonna shit talk you, and
I'm
you
gonna
deserve
keep
it.
going. Yeah,
So, yeah, and it's
I'm
like,
just gonna keep going.
And it's amazing how many people like can't tell that line and like send the death threats and like take this so seriously, and it's hard and also scary, like you said, you have kids there, and God forbid there's somebody out there like trying to find a way to get to you, and that's something that it's crazy that you even have to think about that.
Yeah, I try to calm them down though. Like when they pop in on the chats and stuff, you can see the ones that take it serious. I'll mock them at first. I 100% point at them and call them a fucking loser and say that's for you and do the middle finger like I do obnoxiously and call them loser like all in their face. Um, and but I explained to them, I'm like, hey buddy, this is the internet. The internet's not real. I said, I'm a construction worker like you. Whether you're union or not, when you come in that live video, I do my live video, it's me. So like I do the live because TikTok tells me I should do 25 minutes and I feel like that's kind of like a thing now because that's when all my views are going up. But when they come in there live, yes, I'm probably gonna shit talk if you're really dumb like that. But then it's like, hey, I want you to learn. Hey, you're fucking soft and you're dumb, and build you up, bring you up, and then you can laugh at the people that are doing it. It's a process. It's like if you're a little wound up too tight, what for, dude? Who cares?
Come join us. Join us of the people that aren't taking it so serious, and now we get to laugh we get to laugh at what you were.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's honest, man. That's honest. There's so many accounts that are opposite like that. Like I see so many accounts where like, oh, if you don't like me, like fuck you. If you don't like me, fuck you. And I know you already said I don't care if people like me or not, but the difference is like if they're coming at you, you're not gaslighting them. Maybe you'll make fun of them, but then you're like, hey, let me bring you down and bring you to where I'm at my level. And if that resonates with you, keep listening. Like, and if you still don't like me, like fuck you. But at least I try to talk you down off a ledge and bring you into my following. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
other people are just like, hey, go fuck yourself. If you don't like it, there's the unfollow button or whatever, they say.
I like when they comment though, because then that gives me stuff to say back. Because I know Nick follows. I don't know if he's active on TikTok, but I live off people commenting because then I make a video with music in the background. People don't notice there's music always in the background. And I like to change their names a lot, which Chris, you would appreciate as a old school growing up wrestling fan. I'm sure you were too, Nick. All of us were like middle school. But like Chris Jericho used to change people's name and it drives people absolutely fucking insane. So you switch up their names, you switch up anybody's names, and it's like a free be. I say John Rogan every time I talk about Joe Rogan, and people are like, "Hey, it's Joe Rogan." It's like, no shit, buddy. Like Jesus. And then like another free one, it's like I just have fun with the internet now, and it's like not gonna lie, I microdosed mushrooms recently, and that's when everything like started hitting. Only time I tried it, but I swear to God, it like opened up my brain to like all this thinking and stuff, and it was pretty cool.
I'm glad
And
you.
I
Hey, was
swear,
it after listening to the podcast? Did you?
no, it's just
Damn.
randomly like one day. But
No,
like,
because I'm a big advocate for it, dude. Like linking neural pathways that don't link and the lingering effects afterward, like nothing like it on the planet. And I'm like you said, everything started linking and clicking. I'm just like, yeah.
well, I'm a good shit talker, but like some of the stuff, like the simple stuff I didn't think about is the stuff that's easy now. And like one easy one that I've had for a long time is I put the camera right in my face because dumb people are gonna be like, "Why is the camera so close?" And it's like Jesus. Or if I have a booger in my nose, I'm glad I have a booger in my nose because there's gonna be a dumb fucking idiot that says, "Hey, dude, you got a booger in your nose." Like, no shit, dude. Thank you.
God.
When did the romper? No, when did the romper daddy start? Like I know it was Chris started.
Oh, we could get into Romper Daddy. Yeah.
Chris posted romper daddy, and then you just took off with it.
No.
You
that was
posted
all
romper
him.
You posted
I
yourself
took a
in a
picture.
romper, dude. I don't.
No,
It was a romper.
it was a bathing suit and a matching
Say what you
T-shirt.
want, dude. It was
That
a
look
romper.
like a romper.
It was
Yeah.
a romper, bro. Like
I didn't know what a romper was until Oja decided to make a nice picture of me, posted it in my wall, and all of a sudden hashtag Romper Daddy was a thing for, I don't know, 2-3 years straight of just sometimes daily, sometimes weekly. There would just be a different picture of me in some sort of Photoshop setting with Romper Daddy.
and just waiting for us to actually do it, because it was always him asking for it. It was never like just to like put you out there. It was like, hey, when are we doing romper Daddy?
Well, it's funny because it was right around the time that that male rompers became a thing.
Mhm.
How fucking perfect timing. It was always a woman's romper. You know, you make fun of them, but then all of a sudden he's calling me Romper Daddy, and at the same time there's actual male rompers being made.
Well, that's why we thought you were in a romper,
Yeah,
because it
I
looked
still,
like a romper.
I still think it's a romper. Like he cut it to make it not look like a romper.
Yeah, after we ridiculed him, he cut it into two
Uh,
pieces.
yeah, it's a two-piece. Look at this.
Maybe one day I'll buy a romper for you and I'll pose
Oh.
for you in a picture. You
No,
can put
we
me on a
all,
sticker.
dude. The first cruise we all go on together, it's romper season, dude.
Romper and a comb over. Badass
Straight up,
comb
dude.
over.
Hell yeah.
I can't comb over. I can take some of Nick's hair.
Get a
Tape it
wig.
on.
We'll just get you a wig. It's fine. Get you a comb. Get you a
I-
Donald Trump wig. Be fine.
I tried a wig for Halloween. I hated it.
Yeah. So what? It's romper daddy, dude.
Yeah, that's not you. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count, dude. Doesn't count.
I'll have to share some of those. I'll have to share your artwork. Well, speaking of Ojo, where all of these hilarious anecdotes we've spoke to, where can people find you? You know, I haven't even mentioned that.
TikTok. TikTok's like the main one because it's easy. I'm not good with this computer stuff. You can ask these two fellas. They had to walk me through it. Yeah, it's like TikTok. Just look for my name, James Oja Jr. OJA Jr.
TikTok
Yeah,
shop
and
get you your stickers and your shirts.
no,
Is that
I'm not selling stickers right now. I'm just giving them away if you're a cool follower, which most people aren't. So, yeah, I shipped out 100, and I think like every state. It's pretty fucking cool. I
That's
was gonna sell them. Oja approved. You know, kind of like OSHA. Like nobody cares about them. So, and yeah, I do the
fuck
TikTok thing, and then
OSHA.
shirts on like this fourth wall thing. This guy, Lobby Havoc, which is a TikTok guy. I'm gonna shout him out. He's a cool. It's like weird, cool union guy. He's a gamer. Fucking don't like unions, don't like gaming, but he's fucking cool. And I'm wearing
I
his shirt,
don't like
wearing his shirt right now, so I want to shout him out. And no, he's kind of like pulled me, teach me a little bit about this stuff, which I'm not doing all the fancy lights. I'm not doing the be nice to people. I just do a camera in my face and I'm shit talking most of the time. So like I don't know how to do all this cool stuff because I'm not fucking smart.
talking online is one thing, right? That's who you are. That's what you do on TikTok. I think life offline is a little bit different. And what I mean from that is just, you know, you mentioned before that all of us are just dads trying to make it, dads with crazy stories, dads with exes. You have a chaotic frame in the sense that you have three. And I wanted to kind of move on and just talk about, you know, how you're juggling, you know, who you are as a dad and what that looks like outside of TikTok and everything that you're doing on social media and the real, you know, central part of you, which I know is being the best dad that you can for your kids.
I feel like I'm just like most dads out there. Like you know, you go to work and you know you still don't feel good enough, and you know you do anything in the world for those kids. Especially like my situation's not ideal. You know, three kids, three moms, so I just you know, I don't get all that time, and I don't get to. So it's like, you know, that's where you dream and stuff. I guess one day to be like not in a sense make up for it, like give them what they deserve, because it's like, man, they gave you everything just by being there, even if you know you're not fortunate enough to see them all the time. Like that that's your purpose. Like it sucks, and it's like, man, every day you get up and you don't want to go to work, you know, you have to, just because it's like, man, you got people looking up to you and can say, hey, I watched my dad, you know, pretty much till the day he died, get up and go to work every day, even, you know, whether he was up drinking all night and, you know, partying, or whether his knee was swollen. It's like, man, that's what you do, because a dad, like once you're a dad, like you have to, you just have to keep going like that. I feel like that's the hardest part most days, because it's, man, like you look at them and like my daughter just turned 12 last week, and it's like, man, when did that happen? And it's like a lot of it I was unfortunate, not unfortunate, but like, you know, you work out of town, You don't get to be around that growing up. So like, in the past I was way 2 weeks at a time, or all that stuff. You don't get to do a field trip, and that was hard. So I'm very fortunate now. I was able to do a field trip and stuff like that, and just I don't know. I just being a dad's like the only thing that keeps me going, because not really much else matters when you think about it. Like, I'm a Vikings fan. That doesn't matter. That's not a good thing. But like, like when our kids smile at you, like you did good, even though most days you don't feel great.
Mm.
It's like, yeah.
No,
It's
Uh,
powerful.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, that's definitely a motivating factor for sure. Not,
so I'm like, man, I'm 38, and I'm like, I gotta do something now. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna live a long life just because I did not like crazy stuff, but like abuse caffeine and take crazy pre-workout. I was doing 2,000 milligrams of caffeine for like ever, and then and it's like all this stuff you did, and it's like, man, you don't know when you're done, and it's like, so you can't stop now.
Has that been the biggest emotional adjustment that you've had to make? I guess, the realization of having the three baby mamas, and having to work through that in three different ways. And like you mentioned, having a job that maybe when your kids are younger, being on the road, like, is that the biggest emotional adjustment that you've faced?
It's hard because it's not ideal. You just look at, regular families, which most people don't have that anymore. It's, multiple households and stuff. And it's like, man, you're like envious of what like my parents, regardless of what problems they went through, you don't see your kid every day. It's like that's the hardest part is you don't have a traditional family. You don't see your kid every day, and holidays is always the hardest. Like we talk about split days or no days at all, and it's like, man, that's like I don't look forward to holidays because I don't really, yeah, kids get presents, but other than that, it's like, man, that's basically all it's about. Family's gone, we're grown up now, and it's like, man, that's it.
yeah, longing for what we had, and like not my biggest, not necessarily regret, but like one thing I yeah, for like a regret is not being able to give Sam what I had, like the family dynamic that I had, and trying my best, but it's not necessarily up to me. So um no, I like mine. She turned 16. Where the fuck did the time go? Like I'm like my kid's driving now, and I'm like that's incredible. I'm like I got 2 more years with her, and then she's off to college or trade school. I think she wants to be a cosmetologist. So I mean, she might be doing that, and makeup and all that jazz. So good for her. I'm so gonna support whatever she wants to do, but you know, I
Time's a bitch, man.
yeah,
It's a bitch.
dude. Fuck it, dude. Like your parents are always like, oh, time goes by so fast, and like I, they weren't wrong. Like years fly by like months flew by, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like I'm like, oh, that was a few years ago. I'm like, no, that was 5 years ago. Like COVID. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I was like, that's crazy. Like to think about that is nuts too. Like just time flying. Like, ah, God, F it, And but I'm this. I love the I got to do it now attitude because you're 1,000% right. That I mean I did the whole weight loss journey and all that because I'm like I'm gonna die if I don't. And now it's I want to give them everything I never had, and not that I wanted for much, but I don't want Sam to ever want for anything.
I want filthy fucking riches, a fucking
So.
helicopter. No, I think obviously you want all that, but it's like, man, I want like it sounds silly, but like, man, if I go somewhere, someone goes there because of that, or you guys will probably be bringing more people to me, but like, man, just me being here with you guys can bring people to you. And I'm like, those are my friends. And it's like, you can think of handful of people, like a random person, John Smith opened a fucking smash burger restaurant in Colorado. Like, hey, I'm going to Colorado for a vacation, which I haven't been on a vacation in years, but like, hey,
I thought he
meet
was
me
in
at this burger
Tennessee.
place. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
I was
But
like, I
like, yeah,
thought he
we're
was in
at
Tennessee, but yeah, no, yeah,
Colorado, Tennessee, same thing. But it's like, man, hey, I'm going here. Come hang
Very
out
far
with me.
apart.
Dude, it's like the same thing. It's
it
like,
doesn't
who
matter.
cares?
OSHA doesn't do shit.
These are
Remember?
rage. Yeah, yes, but it's like, man, and then like, who'd you have on here the other day? Chris Marrero. Fucking love that guy. One of the best
Who
parts
just
of
dropped
my
a new music video.
that was awesome. But it's like, man, his hanging out with that guy, you like you guys are awesome, and I'll love you guys forever. Chris Marrero was one of the coolest phases in my fucking life. Chris Marrero is a fucking phase in my life. Uptown Terminal times.
Mm,
You know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
Cherry? I'm like, we had the coolest groups of friends. You go to fucking music, and it's like, man, what if someday I can repay the favor and be like, man, I'm going somewhere. I'm going to watch my friend's band. Come watch the band with me. And people show up because of me. I'm like, that's a fucking flex. And millions of dollars, of course. But like, man, like, I
No,
want
but
like all.
right, that's the bringing up everyone that has ever d- done anything for you that is worth a shit. Like it's so worth
What's
it. Like
your your bro who shit talks you all the time? Like Chris is always gonna remember that he wore rompers and he cut it in half because we made fun of him. But like but we're always gonna remember people like that. And people don't think they make a difference in your life, but every day saying hi makes a difference, and shit talking makes a bigger difference. But it's like, man, I want good for everybody. I want you guys better than John Rogan because that guy sucks. You guys are better, and it's like, man, we want Chris Marrero to like succeed in music. You want John Smith to succeed. You want him to have the best restaurant. You want like, friends to have great families and happy lives, and might not work out, but you want that for everyone. And it's like, man, even if we don't have that, we want that for everyone else.
Love that. Yeah. And I think it's even in like today's social world, like you said, like just liking or sharing, like you don't even have to listen to it or watch it, but just putting it out there for other people to see, like that's like the most minimalistic thing you can do to support a friend that's trying to do something crazy, whether it's streaming or podcasting or a restaurant or, theater or whatever it is, just sharing what they're doing in today's world is can go a long way.
no, it's support. Like you don't have to physically buy something to be supportive or do anything other than just share, because that one share could then be shared to 10 other people. And then that's how it grows. Like
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I noticed a lot of my friends aren't the ones sharing. It's strangers that are the ones that doing it.
your
But
friends aren't going to be. That's your friends are going to be the ones like not your true friends. The ones that
yeah.
are the
Oh,
fake
dude, give
friends.
me a free ticket.
Right.
Free ticket.
The friends are gonna say that, they're gonna ask that for you, and then behind your back they're gonna talk shit. Those aren't your friends, though. Your friends are gonna be the ones that are buying your tickets, the ones that are buying your stickers, the ones that have supported you and will continue to do so. It's like, and they don't say nothing about it because it's not about that.
I want to bring us back to the segment that we were in, and it was more so around co-parenting and having multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, right? We ran away from that, but so one thing I wanted to ask is Nick and I both have one, right? How do you stay connected to each kid individually, because each kid is in a different household? Like that it just sounds difficult, and I know, like, I'm thankful enough that my two kids are in my house and my other one is just one household. How do you navigate three?
I don't actually, sadly. No, it's my youngest son, he's out in the Miami area, but he FaceTimes a lot and he's like he thinks I'm the coolest person in the world because I liked wrestling back in the day. But like and then Grayson, he's local. He does his own thing, but he FaceTimes me whenever he wants to come over, and whatever he wants to do, I let him do. I'm not gonna force him to come with me. If he doesn't want to come with me, he doesn't. But whenever he wants to, he's always welcome. And my daughter here, she's with me like almost all the time. I want them to choose to. I want them to want to be with me, or I want them to want to be with their moms. I want them to be happy, and I hope they want to see me, but it's their choice. You see so many kids growing up like not wanting to go somewhere, and it's like I don't want that for them. I'm boring. Like I understand I'm boring. They'll probably have more fun with your mom or something like that. They have like gaming setups and stuff like that. So I know they like to do that. I'm not ever gonna force that on my kid. You know, let them be the kid they want to be.
That's I mean that's really important. It's really hard to think that way because selfishly, you want them all the time, especially, when you don't have them all the time. And I think that people that have their kids all the time, they're like, "Oh, I wish I just didn't have my kids for like 24 hours or a few days." It's kind
No,
of
you
the
don't.
complete opposite,
Mm.
when
Yeah,
when they're not there.
Yeah, no, you
yeah.
don't.
You'll never hear that out of
I,
probably any of our mouths. Yeah, like
Yeah.
no.
I think it's very big of him to just want his kids to be their individualistic self. Like instead of forcing it, like I know people that co-parent that like, oh, you have to come to my house, like you have to be here. All right, well, and then they're
Yeah,
there and they don't even hang out with them. So just like as a father, that's really heavy to hear and heavy to say because you want the best for them. And I think the coolest thing is like they still come around, they still FaceTime, and they choose to be with you. So that should mean
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. I'm not that cool. I think the two boys, I think their main goal is just to beat the crap out of me. I think that's like every boy goal. And then even my daughter sometimes, I think same goal. I think that's just, you know, but they think I'm kind of cool now, a little cool. They
yeah, dude.
kind of admit
The TikTok cloud is gonna put you over the edge. I'm sure.
it.
I don't know how deep you want to get on this, but one thing that you sent in your video before committing to this is something you wanted to talk about was being on antidepressants for 10 years. How does that affect any of your relationships? Was that through having your kids, or was that something early on?
It was actually really weird. When I turned 18, like something snapped in my brain and I just didn't like myself. And then I went through a lot of people don't know. You can look through my old phases. I lost 134 pounds in 3 months. I was bulimic, which obviously I'm not that anymore, but that caused a lot of issues with my stomach and everything. And I think I actually got in trouble for that from my mom. And I ended up going to a therapist for the first time. And then I don't know what happened in my brain, but just one day like my brain transferred to like almost like tunnel thoughts. Everything is because I'm a piece of shit or it's because of me. Like I could trip on a rock and it's not because the rock was there, it's because I'm a piece of shit, and I tripped over that rock. And my thought would be if everything happened, it's because of me. So at that time, I couldn't really talk to people that didn't work for me, but I got put on antidepressants and they max you out. And that's kind of like I was on it till when my kids were born and you don't have that feeling of happiness, which I'd rather have 100 unhappy thoughts just to have one happy thought. And it's like that sounds silly, but like to miss that on your kids was what killed me back in the day. And before, like I said, SSRI, Jim, Carolina Reapers and getting punched in the stomach and showing my ass on the internet, shaking my belly and stuff like that. I just didn't care about anything. But being a dad is what changed all that. It's like I almost had to go back on it after my dad passed away, but I just didn't want to. So I went the medical marijuana route. And that's a lot better for me because I have an active mind where I'm thinking. And I use that as a medicine as you should at nighttime where it gets me to where I need to be. But I still have the feelings I need to have and I want to have. Like I want to be happy. Even if it's few and far between, it's like I want those
Wow.
happy thoughts.
Wow. How I'm sorry I mean that was beautiful to hear.
No, honestly, like that's why I stopped the antidepressants and stuff. I'm like, no, like this is not. I don't need this. Like, if it means I don't get to feel all this other stuff, I don't need this. I'll figure it out, And
I mean, just
yeah,
hearing that, like that choked me up, and just like that made me stop. Like that's huge, man. And for you to go through that with your father, like I know how close you were. I know how hard that was on you to not go back to that route. that's I mean I hope somebody out there who's struggling with dependency, hears this, because that's huge. And even though you found it in something more natural like medical marijuana, I think it's huge to hear somebody have that control to not go back down that dark path, because you have found some light after all these years. So I commend you for that.
Yeah, like Nick said, it's I don't know if you've ever dealt with it. It's just not it's not you. Like I want to still be me. A lot of bad days, where we don't feel worth it or whatever, but you work through it. Every day you work through it, and it's you don't work through it when you're on that. You're just kind of meh. And I'm not a meh person. I like to make people laugh. I like to joke and have a good time. And you don't have that. You're
No, you're
kind of
just there.
yeah.
It's like it's not fun.
How do you remind yourself that you're doing enough as a father and as a parent when maybe some of those dark times do come around, and maybe those intrusive thoughts start to battle?
I don't. I just keep going. That's like all I was trained in my mind. I feel like I said I say it all the time. I'm like I was raised. That's just what you do, and it's these small silly dreams which might not ever mean anything, but I think I made $60. People having me shit talk their bosses or their friends, and made $38 on t-shirts. So that's pretty cool. So I
That's a
already made
dinner. That's a fucking
more than
dinner.
yeah, more than most people. And it's like, man, who's to say? Like, I'm not a comedian. Everyone's like, dude, do stand up. I'm not a fucking comedian. I don't tell jokes. But there's no reason I couldn't, once a month go to some little shithole bar and fucking bullshit with people I know and sell some stickers there and do something like that as a side thing. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but people like me, I guess. And you know, I do like people that like me, but if you don't, fuck you. So
There's something to say about putting yourself out there, right? Like just putting yourself out there, and like you're like, man, maybe I'm not this giant pile of shit that I've always thought I was. Like all
oh no,
these
I'm still am. Still am.
no, no. No.
No, it's the like that's why I was excited about coming on here. It's like you guys know me like on a real level. People don't see that. They don't like again, they don't care, but the people that listen to this are going to be the ones that do care and they see, "Hey, you guys are more than just, what you put out there." Like we're normal dads, I feel like. We're just normal, hardworking dads that do anything and we love our family and the people that are good to us. We want good for them and everyone else screw them. That's kind of, I feel like most of us are out there, and it's cool that I'm finding a lot of these people on the internet, which, they help me get through the day too. When I get those messages, it's pretty fucking cool. It's like, man, so that helps me. And it's like, hey, I got little ones that, might care if I'm here or not. And you gotta go.
The the other, I guess this is probably the last personal question I want to ask, is just the other thing in the video you had mentioned was your dad's passing, but also him saying that he was proud of you a few weeks before his passing. Why that specific subject, or why that specific note?
It was actually he went through a lot of stuff like towards the end and he actually lost his job. And this is like another thing about like, me making a difference, which I was taught by him. He lost his job and I was able to call one of our subcontractors, nicest guy in the world. He's our drywall guy. And I said, "Hey man, do you need any help?" And he said, "No, but I got you." And he wrote my dad a blank check without ever meeting him because of me. And he was able to work with me the the last job he ever worked was on my job site. And it's like he got to stay a week with me. Like I don't believe in a lot of stuff, but like that time was like it was meant to happen. And he looked at me and he said, "Hey bud, I didn't know you had so much responsibility." He's like, "I'm so proud of you." And it's like 3 weeks later he was gone. It's like the last place. And it's like I talked to him that day, and it was the hardest day of my life. I talked to him at lunch, and I was working in Clearwater, so I'm out of town. And he said, "Hey, buddy, you coming home tomorrow? You coming into town? I can't wait to see you." And we talked. He was mad about a grill because he liked to build
Yeah, I
build
saw.
smokers, and
I was gonna say, I thought he built smokers or something, right?
when he lost his job, he was so pissed about the smoker, and he talked to me that day, and he said, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow, bud." And that's like the last thing he said to me, and I never got to see him. I
Mm,
got the call that night.
mm. No, man. Yeah, when you posted, I made sure to I reached out. I'm like, hey, if you need anything, even if it's just to sit in silence, like I got you, because I unfortunately I've been there. I've got that call.
It
It's not.
sucks. Yeah,
It's
it's
it's a lot. It's a lot. But luckily you got that time. Luckily you were able to spend that time with them, and you got that. A lot of people don't. Like
and it's just so hard, and it's like, man, you think about all the times you didn't say, "Dad, I'm proud of you." Like he could do everything. I can't do anything. That guy he could do fucking everything. And he was like, man, when I was doing my sticker shit, he was the first one. Oh, Yimbo. He always called me Yimbo because one of his like old Spanish coworkers would call him Yimbo. So he always called me Yimbo. Oh man, give me some of those stickers. I want to give them to the guys. And they were all in his toolboxes. And he brought them to work. Like he was just proud. And for him to say he's proud of me, and I'm like, I wasn't even proud of me. And it's like that's the last, like one of the last things he said to me, and it's like, man, that crushes you because that's all you live for. And it's like, I always joked about, I'm gonna take care of you someday. And he was oh, when I retire. Well, he died at 58, you know. And it's like, man, I didn't get to do what I wanted to. So like, my mom's up in Minnesota, and maybe one day I'll be able to do something for her. It's you know, but if I ever do get millions of dollars, I want to start a music venue because that's all he did was sit out in the back with fucking like rope lights in the back, drink a Coors Light, and listen to Johnny Cash and bullshit. And it's like, man, he was this simplest, coolest guy in the world, and it sucks every day without.
yeah, once both of us blow up, I'll partner with you on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I love the stories that you post and tell about your dad. Like you talk about with him with such admiration, and it's just like I know it's hard for you to think about, but I'm sure it's just wonderful for you to be able to talk about him and just have those memories with him. And I love when it's his birthday and when you're doing the Vikings things, and it's beautiful to see some of the things that you post. I
Yeah, one Coors Light a year I drink, and that's on his birthday usually, for the most. Well, this year so far, one Coors Light on his birthday because that's every day Coors Light.
Yeah. No, like I said, I remember you just posted all your posts, and even before he was gone, you were because he was working with you, and so I'm like this. I know it's tough right now, but as it gets further and further away, like those are the memories you're gonna hold on to. You're gonna grip onto those, like, and be so thankful that you had them.
Yeah, no, I look just like him. So every day in the
Yeah,
mirror,
you do.
and then I got a little necklace with it's a hammer with his ashes in it. And I make sure that comes to work with me every day, or else I have a bad day. Which it sounds silly, but and then just even songs you hear like what's nothing more. There's a song Fade In, Fade Out, and it talks about watching your dad get old, and when a old wave our passes, a new one comes, and basically saying he's proud of me. And you hear songs like that, and it's like, man, he still speaks to you and stuff. So he helps me get through my day. And my dad was my buddies used to come over and we did the reefer in the garage, and he'd always call us dumbasses. So all the time when I do stuff wrong, I just yell dumbass in my mind. And I'm very fortunate. My boss has been one of my friends for a long time. So he talks in my dad form sometimes just randomly because he knows it cheers me up, and it's pretty cool to be around that.
that's that's
Well,
fantastic.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Was there any after your dad passed? I think there was a gap between your internet, your stickers, and then your internet profiles. Was there anything that changed after he passed with what you did or decided to start putting out on the internet? Was there any transition there, or
I'm gonna be honest. I just got my medical card, and I would just smoke as much dabs as I could to like not feel anything for a while. So I was kind of like in a very numb, like post my dad, and I went. I'm a very like I said, I have to keep busy, so I missed that Friday at work, but I was back to work Monday, and it was I'm glad I did because I'm fortunate. All my workers are cool, and there was about 30 workers there praying for my dad. And I'm like, I don't do all that stuff, but the fact that they took their time to do that was really fucking awesome to see. And yeah, I just kind of was just shocked because it's you talk to him that day and then he's not there, so I just didn't even know what to think. And it's like, man, why couldn't it be me? Like I'm sure a lot of people go through that. I'm like, man, he's better than me. Like, why couldn't it be me? And just kind of like feel bad on stuff you didn't say and stuff you didn't do and or stuff you did say. It was just kind of like meh. You go meh for a while.
Mm.
Yeah. It's I mean, it just shows that like life can break you and it can make you laugh. It can build you kind of all in the same day, week, month, year. And I don't know. I guess, one of my last questions for you is what advice would you give someone like who feels that they're falling apart, but maybe they're still trying to laugh or trying to get through a dark time? What's kind of your advice for those people?
Lean on your fucking bros. Like dead serious. Like you don't realize how much of a difference you made in someone's life and just saying hi or just joking with somebody. Those people know if you're okay or not most of the time. And it could be people you don't see 10 years. They're going to care. I haven't seen y'all in forever, but I know you care. You have your people like that. You're not alone, which a lot of us, I shelter myself. I shut down and I shut people out, and that's just what I do. But like stuff like this, man, like joking and talking sports, like you're both big sports guys like me, man. Talk sports, joke. Life's too serious, man. Like you can't dwell on all the stuff you can't change and all that stuff. If you can go and fucking joke around with people and make people laugh and that's what you like to do, do it. Post a stupid video. Like who cares what other people think? It's about you. Like I'm not happy with myself most of the time, but me messing with people and that makes a difference to people, that's pretty fucking cool. And it's like, man, that makes me feel better because it's like, man, I'm not bad. And I'm like, if I can make a difference to somebody who's going through some shit we don't know, and I've been through all that. We've been through it. We've struggled. We've been through some bullshit like where we want to give up and you just can't. You have to keep going. There's people that want to be around you. And I just try to keep going.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things about you, so you and I have been connected through sports for so long, and one of the first things that we did was those Minnesota helmets and that Minnesota group of friends. One of the coolest things about you is if you don't know Oja, he's a Minnesota Vikings fan. He has connections all up in Minnesota, but he also has this society. It's not even a group. It's like a society, a committee, a club of friends that he's connected through simply for the love of the Minnesota Vikings. Right? What's the name of that group? You know what I'm talking about?
In that group anymore. I quit them. I quit them. They all want to fight me.
I
They
was
like
gonna say they
legit
want to
want to.
fight him. I was gonna
It's
say
the it's the VW. They like
yeah,
legit like want to
Viking
fight
World
me if I
Order.
go up there.
Like they
Yes,
don't
yes.
like him no
Oh
more.
shit!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do I gotta cut that all out?
No.
Cut that.
No. They just I told them how it was in videos and just said they're like drunken rape fest, which unfortunately was what happened, and they didn't like that. So yeah, maybe
Yeah,
It's
that they
because
know.
you
I don't
you
know.
were first because you had
insane.
first round knowledge. Like they were, yeah. I do because like I said, I watch your stuff religiously almost. So like when you were posting those things, I was like, oh no, and I'm like, and because of like some of the sports card stuff, like I like some of them were in our groups and stuff, but I'm like, Jesus, this is terrible. Like, because I only knew these people like through
My
you, and
God,
I'm like, this is
I might have to go back and read
terrible.
this shit.
Oh, they're not allowed to talk to me or anything.
Yeah, no, they're all
Like
banned. Like, and he talks about it in those videos. Like, he calls them all
That's
pussies and shit like
crazy.
that. Like,
Oh man. I clearly did not do enough research before this because I had no idea. Zero.
I was like, how much do you follow him? Not enough, apparently.
That's
He
crazy.
doesn't even have a TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok, dude.
I only have it for work, man. Like you're lucky. I'm on there the amount I am because I hate it, but it's necessary. Like we need it, and that's why the whole video stuff's coming out. Like we if we want this,
unfortunately, we're gonna have a TikTok.
Well,
at some
we know
point.
it all can be. It's like we gotta post the clips on TikTok.
You should do one just because it's so easy to repost and stuff on there. It's like the easiest one.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I like it is
that's
because
why,
you don't have to do a bunch of work.
That's why it's the way it is. The why everybody's going there is because the easy use for sure.
Oh,
And you can
dumb
sling
people.
shit. I mean, you got TikTok shop on there that you could sling your own shit and all that. So it's the next frontier for the You Good podcast for sure.
Any last questions, words, thoughts for our friend here?
No, dude, no. This was one of my favorites. Definitely laughed a lot. I thoroughly enjoy you as a person. Thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure having you for sure. And I'm sure we'll have you back.
I love you guys. So you know. I mean that. Like I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys hit the fucking moon. Like a C Rod, well maybe Nick Cherry blast over the moon. You know, we'll let him DH for you because I heard you're a little washed up, Chris.
Whoa! I've got stats
See,
and videos and wins and
it works.
championships,
It works, Nick.
motherfucker.
See how that works?
Don't rage bait me. I'll throw facts your way.
Just so quick. And yeah, that's not the point, Chris. I think you.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, play right into it. Just play right into what he's trying to do, bud. And this is why I watch it. Like this right here. It's
You know what we need to do, Cherry?
Quick.
We need to get him into our fantasy football group and let him go off with
him
Badger.
and Badger. Oh my, him and Badger would be terrible. I don't know if I would want that. Do you want
Could
that?
you imagine the group text?
Dude, I don't know if you want that. Like, you're gonna wake a beast in Badger that has been dormant for the last few years. Because it's
actually the most boring person in real life. We just bed by 9, just don't do anything.
Hey,
oh God,
that doesn't matter. It's all what we put on the internet. That's all that matters.
Dude, badass supervisor.
Badass soup.
Well, this was a pleasure, dude. Definitely appreciate you. Love you as well. Please, for one last time, please let the people know where they can indulge in your chaos on TikTok. What was the tag one more time?
All right, dum-dums. It's JAMESOJAJR, motherfucker.
Wait, is the motherfucker part of it or no?
No, it's just I was trying to make it sound cool, but it's not. It's just my name, James Oja Jr.
I just wanted to make sure, I gotta like people might be putting the motherfucker. No, James Oja Jr. on TikTok. Please,
he's a funny guy.
You won't. You might regret it, but if you're into humor, you're probably okay.
You won't be disappointed. You might be disappointed.
No, you won't be disappointed. No, you might be offended. I was like, you won't be offended, but I was like, maybe. So
1 out of 20, I hit it out of the park. That's what my average.
Hey, that's 1 out of 20. I hit it out of the park.
Today's episode was about as chaotic as could be. We talked about a lot of different things, but we did get very real at points. And if there's any part of today's episode that hit home, please share this with a friend. Tag us at CrodsPod on Instagram. Help us keep this conversation going. We do drop new episodes every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. We are live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. If you have a story, a topic, or just need to vent, please email us at crodspod@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We are here to talk to or for you. Our safe space is your outlet. And until next time, live fast, eat ass, and don't trust a man who hates a romper.
We're not perfect. Them demons watching, but they will not stop.